What are some of the lessons that you learned that you kind of want to pay it forward? Like, oh man, like you had mentioned shiny objects. What are some of the lessons learned?
And I'm like you. I don't look at anything as a failure. I look at it as a life lesson of how can I improve. And I think that that's the wrong way of looking at things. Oh, I failed. If I didn't fail, I'm not trying hard enough. I'm not trying new things. And so, as I mentioned, we got to a place in our organization where we were doing really well, but we got bored. I mean, here you got a bunch of type A personalities. We got bored. And so we started going into industries that we weren't exactly knowledgeable about. And we thought, oh, well, how hard can it be? Well, let me tell you something. It's hard. It doesn't matter what it's in. I've got a great example for you. I'll just throw out there. I recently opened a dance studio. And I did this for my own selfish motives because my daughter's a dancer and we were going back and forth to LA. And I thought, oh, how hard can it be to run a dance studio, right? Oh my gosh, it's like every other business. It has the same headaches. It has the same concerns, staffing. So again, sometimes we think that things are easy because we already know how to do it or we can replicate over and over. That's not necessarily the case, jack of all trades, master of none. Sometimes that doesn't work well. And I think sometimes people think that, so that would be one thing is stay in your lane, focus on what you want to achieve and really put 110% into it because that's at the end of the day going to give you the biggest value in return. My other thing is just active listening. There was a lot of times throughout my career in life that I didn't feel like I had time for other people. So I would never active listening. It was kind of half listening. I do this probably personally too. I think it's so important now. You are the center of my attention. When we sit down, I am listening to what you're saying. I am asking questions. I want to hear what you have to say, both personally and professionally. I want to know what's going on in your life. Because again, it helps me build, kind of my own arsenal of how the best way to help you or how to make your job more effective or more, a happier scenario. So I think that we as leaders have to really start to actively listen. And I know there's a lot of people that are rolling their eyes like, I don't have any more time. I will tell you over the last 5 years, that was the best time I spent was taking that 5 to 10 minutes and just saying, tell me about your kids. How are things going? Because they feel like they belong. And again, I care. I do care. I just feel like if I cared too much, people wouldn't respect me. That's not true. We need to use our innate traits and qualities of who we are as people and let people see that. My big thing is women shouldn't show emotion in business. Well, I think that's wrong too. I think that we are better leaders, not necessarily all the time, but we are better leaders because we do have those innate traits of empathy, compassion. So again, why aren't we utilizing those? And frankly, the respect will come. I think that we used to think it didn't, but now it does. And that's what people want.